Hello there, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, author of Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5 and host of the Reimagining Success podcast. This week we're talking about connecting the dots, and I'm sure you've heard of the famous Stanford address by Steve Jobs where he talked about connecting the dots over your career. So looking back over all the strange decisions you've made, maybe some more intentional than others, and really weaving together how that has led you to where you are today. Now, as Steve Jobs said, we can't do that looking forwards, unfortunately. So we can't now exactly map out the path that we're going to take moving forwards, but we can certainly look back on our experiences so far and find a way to weave that together into a story. Now, last week we were talking about managing our career identity and a potential crisis of identity as we manage a career transition. And so this idea of connecting the dots, I think, can be really powerful. It's a really good way to remind ourselves that we're not starting from scratch. If we've been in a career successfully for 10, 20, 30 or more years, because we're making a change doesn't mean that we're then drawing a line through all that incredible experience, the skills we have, the expertise. And I think if you look back on all your experiences, your soft skills, your hard skills, your strengths that you have, all that experience that you have, you'll begin to see how you can take elements of that and weave together a very compelling story for whatever your new career is going to look like. So this week I also want to introduce to you, or perhaps reintroduce to you, a framework that I've used before, which is the Ikigai framework. It's this Japanese concept of Ikigai, which is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning, for jumping out of bed and rushing to your computer, to your work, because you're so excited. You've got that purpose, your why, in your life. And that is a very useful framework, I find, to exactly connect the dots through your different experiences. So you may have seen the graphic floating around social media. It's a famous Venn diagram, if you remember those from school, where there are 4 circles interlocking together. You've got one which is your skills, so the things that you're really good at, your hard skills, as I said, your soft skills, your personality strengths. The second circle is what you love doing, so your passions, your interests, perhaps your hobbies and things that you really enjoy doing. The third one is what the world needs, and that could be from sort of the big picture, human rights, oceans, plastics, veganism, whatever it is you really believe in terms of a big cause, or it could be just on a smaller level, that actually it is a product or a service that a consumer needs, that a particular target really needs help with. And then finally, because we're talking we're not talking hobbies or charities, we're talking a business or a career, the final bubble, the final circle is things that you can get paid for, so really monetizing those ideas. So if you can begin to map out your skills and strengths, the things you really enjoy doing, the things you really care about and the things that you really see a need for, and then begin to weave those together into ideas that you can actually get paid to do, that's a really interesting model, I think, using your Ikigai, finding your Ikigai to weave that story together, to craft that new identity, maybe to even give you some insight as to a new career direction you might want to take things into. And again, although we can't connect the dots looking forward, I think that will really help you to see where there's some gaps, perhaps. Maybe you're really passionate about something, you really enjoy something, but you need to upskill in that area, and that will really help you to see where you can fill in those gaps and you can take decisions, take steps that will take you in that right direction. So again, I'll be digging into this in more detail over on the Reimagining Success podcast. The new episode is coming on Thursday. Reimagining Success, you can search for that on your favourite podcast app. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts. If you've used the Ikigai framework before, if you are inspired to use it now, let me know how you get on, and I will look forward to hearing from you. So I'll see you next week. Bye for now.